What is going on, everybody? It is Saturday, August 10th, and we are back at Universal Studios Florida for another round of Halloween Horror Nights construction updates. Apologies for the delay on this video. I got real sick last week, had to take some time off. Feeling a lot better today, and we are back, and we have so much to go over. Let's head inside and take a look. Right off the bat, before we enter the park, they've installed the trusses right on the other side of the opening gate. This is where they house these 3 speakers to project the sound for the opening ceremonies. Everybody waits out here before they can badge in before the event starts, and these speakers just project the sound out there for everybody watching. So, over here in front of Today Cafe at the first scare zone, which I believe is going to be the Duality of Fear scare zone, they've added a lot of stuff to the truss work here. Tons of lights, a couple of speakers. The lights are everywhere on this thing. They're inside the truss work itself. It's pretty wild. They've also installed the staircase over here on the left-hand side for these characters to walk up and across the pathway up there. You can just barely see the stairs in there through the scrim over here on the side. Still kind of waiting for the Halloween Horror Nights neon to make it up there across the front on the top. I really hope they do it. It's a staple. They've got to do it. It's really coming together. They've also added some wires across the truss work here as for some kind of support for it. Don't remember if they did that last year, but just keep things stable. This is later in the video, Adam, coming back to the beginning. I completely missed these fog machines at the entrance too, so. And let's take a quick walk through Hollywood to see if they've added anything over here. And another fog machine. It is happening. It's happening. Other than our sacred fog machines, they haven't added anything over here to the Hollywood section. Hopefully soon. Not too much going on over here in Battery Park. It does look like they've added the TVs into these stands here for the menus to display everything, but otherwise, it's pretty much it. Our next stop is going to be the Swamp of the Undead scare zone, but before we head in there, they have added our food booth over here on the side, the El Mercado de los Monstruos food booth. Lots of pig heads and other parts of the pig here. Definitely see what they're going for with this one. Obviously going to be tied into the Monstros house. Start making our way through the scare zone here, starting with this boat here in the front. We're going to be the theme of today of just adding in a ton of little details, old thermos, and got a fishing rod in here and all sorts of shrubbery and plants around here. Got some kind of fishing net there as well. So they're just adding in all of the little tiny details to really theme this stuff out. It's looking awesome over here. I can't wait for the scare zone. Pretty much all of the little scenes, these set pieces throughout the scare zone here have a ton of stuff added to it. Got an old life jacket here, old tackle box or something with a little pulley in there. All sorts of random stuff just to finish the theming out. Really make it immersive as possible. They've added a lot of moss and stuff to these branches as well. Kind of all throughout everything, but these branches too. More little theming and details and touches throughout everything here, including these stages. I have missed all of this stuff. Everybody else has seen it. Looks like we've got a fog machine back there too. Just tons of theming. All sorts of stuff everywhere. They have added so much since the last time I've been here that it's hard for me to go through everything individually. So it's going to be the first time of a little montage on this series of updates this year. something noticeable that we can definitely talk about. They've added in this giant airboat here to really seal the deal. It's actually not a big airboat in terms of airboats, but it's definitely cool looking and really, really sells this theming of the swamp here. This is definitely going to be my favorite scare zone this year. I already know. Calling it right now. This is the detailing in this scare zone. They have stepped it up so far this year. They keep throwing new stuff in here. It's fantastic. Really, really loving it over here. This looks like some kind of wing back there. Pretty sure it's some kind of like plane wing or airboat wing. Back over here at the treehouse, they've added a ton of detailing here since the last time I was here. Screen door, turtle shells, lamps, chair, bottles, all sorts of stuff. Really, really just, this whole section is wild. They've done so much theming over here. This whole scene over here is new to me. This little, it's like a makeshift raft is what it looks like to me with the tires underneath it. Got a chair on top, float around on. Pretty awesome looking. Did notice this change here. They took this barrel thing. It was over here by the treehouse down there last time I was here, but then they moved it over here for some reason. Who knows? I'm sure they got their reasons. This whole setup is new over here with this boat and this barrel. This is pretty sure this was not here last time I was here. The aging and detail on the bottom of this boat is awesome. Really nice job. Got a foot switch over here behind this set piece to for this character to trigger a sound to, you know, make their scares more effective. Sound effects and lights and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the light back there for that that scare actor's trigger effect there. Got some really cool stuff on this last stage here. We've got a couple of gators up there. Covered in tarps now. There's probably going to be some body or something under there. Pretty sure that's what this is the body under the tarp that the gators are having a little snack on. And then the last detail on the way out of Central Park is they've completely covered up the poles or whatever these light posts. They covered up the light posts with all of this decorative theming and all this kind of stuff here to kind of finish everything out. Really theming it all out over here. Making our way around the park, it looks like we have our first portal over here by the Coca-Cola Freestyle store and the Simpsons area. I have a feeling this is going to be a portal for the houses, leading you back over into those houses behind Men in Black and all that. Over here by the Men in Black ride, they've added in this singular light to throw some graphics up on the side of the Men in Black building during the event. Over here on the side of the Nightmare Fuel stage, they've added in one of the portals that'll lead you back to one of the sprung tent houses back here behind Men in Black. And over here on the bridge between the Simpsons and Harry Potter area, got our first food booth of the video. There's a couple more to look at, but this will be the first one. kind of medieval castle themed food booth. Lots of good theming on here. They're doing a great job. Next up on our tour around is over here in San Francisco in the Blumhouse Scare Zone. And they have added some speakers. We've got some triggers for the scare actors. Got these light bars across the front of the stage here. Putting it all together over here on these stages. My buddy Kevin has pointed out that the quality is not so great on here. You can see the vinyl's kind of peeling already. But what can you do, you know? Well, I mean, what you could do is not use cheap vinyl, but nothing that we can do here. We just gotta enjoy it for what it is. Got some theming over here. I cannot remember the name of the movie that this is associated with. I will put it up on the screen. Gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest Blumhouse fan, so I haven't seen a lot of the movies. But see how the Scare Zone is. Got some more details over here. Not sure what this is from, but most importantly, we have another fog machine. They've added this Blumhouse piece across the top of the truss work with some vinyl to designate that this is the Blumhouse Scare Zone. Not that we didn't already know it by the giant BH that's plastered on the stages, but now it's confirmed. And we have another one of our sacred fog machines over here as well. And on this set piece over here by the entrance, we've got the Black Phone. Obviously from the movie Black Phone. I did enjoy this Blumhouse movie. This is one that I liked. Just talking to a team member that I see out here every once in a while, a fellow Horror Nights enthusiast. And they told me that they saw the lighting package for this Scare Zone. And these light up. So these are backlit. So that'd be kind of cool. I'm excited to see this now. I was kind of hesitant before, but now that I know that those light up, I'm actually, this might work. This might get pulled off, especially with the neon strip lighting here up the side. I think it might actually work. We'll see. And then on this stage, they've got the triggers, speakers, and these light bars as well. And over here by everybody's favorite ride, Fast and the Furious, we can see some of the details on the house that will be back here, which is the Major Sweets Candy Factory house. You can see those purple and orange pillars there. That is going to be from the facade. And lastly, we're going to walk through New York and take a look at the updates that they've done to the Torture Faire Scare Zone. One of the big changes this week is they've added in this little booth here, this Ye Olde Torture Goods booth. Come over here and get your goods to torture people. And the huge update for us is this Torture Faire stage. Looking basically done over here since the last time I saw it. Good grief, they have added everything. Got this creepy cabinet in here. I'm sure there's probably some dead body or something creepy locked up in there. We've got an obvious body hanging down into this barrel over here, tarped up. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have some lights or some fog coming out of this. They've got this paneling all over it, kind of looks like brick, stonework looking stuff. And then this diamond pattern is very medieval times-ish for sure. And we've got more fog machines back here. Probably roll them out during the event. I'm sure they're just kind of stowing them back here for now. They've covered up the truss work with this kind of vinyl covering that makes it look like wood too. Is it me or does that look like Brandon Lee from The Crow? Or am I just too big of a Crow fan? Oh yeah, give me that sweet, sweet fog. Pretty much wraps up the Scare Zone updates for the day, but we have a bunch of food booth updates to look at, starting with these ones over here in the New York section, obviously themed to the Ghostbusters movie. My buddy Kevin pointed out a lot of this stuff. Ivan's, the family owned since '84. This is all Ghostbuster references. They are really digging deep and referencing everything. It's awesome. They've also got a lot of these little details with the ice effect for the Frozen Empire movie. Kind of ice coming up from the bottom as well. All over this food booth with the ice theming for Frozen Empire. More airbrushing on here to fill in the theming of it being frozen and icy. A couple more food booths over here on the outskirts of the New York section. Got this one here, which is going to be the Twisted Tater booth, obviously. Got some blood splatter on there, pretty cool. And we got a spooky little dog house over here. Pretty safe bet that those eyes are gonna light up on there. And then we've got this Twilight Tavern food booth over here next to the Twisted Tater one. Kind of an interesting name and theme over here. Very, very curious to see what this will end up being, what the food will be. And we've got the Insidious food booth over here. We got some kind of private event going off, so they won't let me back there to film, so stand out here and film it, but pretty obvious what this is gonna be over here. Pretty sure that sign's gonna light up there too. You got some scratch marks on the door there. It's from the movie, I have no idea. I haven't seen the Insidious movies, but there's some kind of reference there that is fallen on me. There's a very interesting texture on the booth here with the paint. I don't know what kind of effect they're going for. It's kind of like distressed or something. I'm not really sure what's up with that. And that is going to do it for today's Halloween Horror Nights construction updates video. So many things going on. We're only 20 days away from the event. They're making some serious progress over here. Everything's looking awesome. I'm getting real excited. Can't wait. As always, thank you for hanging out this long if you've made it this far, and we'll see you next time.